You'll often want to test more complicated conditions than the simple ones we've used so far in the course, and the good news is that Python lets us produce quite complex expressions. So what I'm going to do is create a new file in our project. We're going to call it conditions.py. If we wanted to check if someone was of working age, we can test for their age being between 16 and 65, for example. Now that would get a bit messy if we tested for their age being greater than or equal to 16 and then used another test to see if it was less than or equal to 65. But we can perform both tests in one conditional expression. So let's have a look at that. So I'm going to type age equals int input, and obviously using the parentheses as well. And how old are you? Question mark and a space, and then two right parentheses to close the line. Then on line 3, we're going to combine those conditions as I mentioned. If age is greater than or equal to 16 and age less than or equal to 65, colon, then we're going to print, have a good day at work. In double quotes and with parentheses, as you can see. So here, if age is greater than or equal to 16 and is also less than or equal to 65, then the message on line 4 is going to be outputted. So notice that we had to repeat age in the expressions. What we have here is a complex expression made up of two simpler expressions. Firstly, we've got the expression age greater than or equal to 16. That's one expression. Then we've got another expression, age less than or equal to 65. So either one of those expressions can evaluate to true. The complete expression will only be true if both parts are true. That's because we use the word and. Alright, so let's talk about using and. So let's say that you're asked this question: would you like an uncomfortable seat and an ice cream? If you answer yes to that question, you may enjoy the ice cream, but you won't be very comfortable. You've agreed to both parts of the condition. Now, on the other hand, the question may have been phrased as, would you like an uncomfortable seat or an ice cream? Now, that allows you to choose either one of the options. This analogy falls down slightly because in English, there's an implication that you can only have one or the other. In programming languages, both conditions could be true. So let's see the possible results of evaluating expressions using and compared to using or. Right, so here's the and truth table. So to find out the result of using and with two conditions, read the value at the intersection of the two values that are being anded together. So the next 4 slides will show the results for each of the combinations of true and false. So true and true, as you can see here, no surprises, is true. True and false, well, that's going to give us a false. False and true is going to give us a false. And lastly, false and false gives us a false. So that was the AND truth table. Now let's look at the OR truth table. So the OR truth table works in the same way, but the results will be different, of course. So to find the result of using OR with two conditions, read the value at the intersection of the two values that are being ORed together. So the first one, true or true, well, that gives us true. True or false, that also gives us true. False or true equals true. And lastly, false or false, well, that'll give us false. Alright, so that's how AND works, and also we had a brief discussion of OR, which will be coming up in more detail. Both parts of the condition for AND, though, have to be true for the overall condition to evaluate to true. So I'm going to run the program now, and we'll test it with various inputs, just to make sure it works as we think it should. So how old are you? I'm going to enter 34 initially. We get the message printed out, so that's working. To test it fully, we should really enter 4 more values. We need to test a value less than 16 and a value greater than 65. So let's start by doing that. So I'm going to enter 12 for the first test. We've got no output there. Run it again. I'm going to enter 78 this time. No output again. The final 2 tests are to make sure the code works when we enter 16 or 65. Let's try that. 16. We get the message there. One more time, 65 this time. Have a good day at work, we get the message as well. So our program at this point is doing what we wanted, but always make sure you test all paths through your code. Alright, so in the next video, we're going to have a look at the suggestion that I've got from IntelliJ on line 3. You can see it says simplified chained comparison. We'll talk about that in the next video.